Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. I appreciate that so much. So what you see me behind me, what you see me anyways, what you see behind me is the new 2023 Kia Soul. It's been revealed and we're going to dig deep into it. But for me, I always feel like maybe it's just me, but anytime an automaker decides to make a car or a crossover or whatever, or but if they decide to do like a box car, like the Scion XB, the Nissan Cube, or whatever, the Kia Soul is a classic example. It's hard for them to change the way it looks because it has to still carry that same shape, the boxy shape. So it always seems like it's the same thing. The only thing that's really different is just the way that it looks. The rear, maybe they increase the wheelbase a little bit, so you get a little bit more room inside. But when they do cars like crossovers, I feel like they have more wiggle room to design something a little bit more, you know, yeah. But boxcar, it's a little bit difficult. They always seem similar to me, just like this new 2023 Kia Soul looks very similar to the previous. But the grill and everything in the front has been changed, logos, etc. But other than that, and they actually got rid of their version, which gives you a little bit more power, the turbo. They got rid of that. Terrible mistake, but it is what it is. Anyway, so here we are. So 2023 Soul debuts with a tweaked face, turbo, and X-Line trim has been discontinued. So when you look at the exterior, when it comes to designing cars, when you have a design like the box car, as well as the cars that have done that box design, like the Scion XB, Scion XD, as well as the Nissan Cube, I feel like there's very little room for you to change things because that's the style of the vehicle. So they always try to keep that same cube design, and there's no difference here with the new Kia Soul. Like the previous model, everything looks similar. Not everything, but the shape of the vehicle is still the same. The only thing that's changed is maybe a bigger wheelbase, as well as the front fascia, rear as well. And then it's got the nice HDMI exhaust, like the Civic Si, the previous gen. So before we dig extremely deep into the spec of the Kia, I just wanted to compare the photos real quick. So this is the previous gen Kia. So they got rid of the big old lights right here and they went with more streamlined, mature look. Um, this still looks a little bit similar to the previous generation, and it's still got that big old gaping front fascia. Yay. That hasn't changed. Like I said, when it comes to cube cars or cars of this nature, it's hard for them to go outside that and trying to design something completely different. People wouldn't, I don't know, then it wouldn't be that same brand. So they just took whatever they had and they just improved upon it. Um, yeah. So let's go ahead and look at the rear. So this is the rear of it. And then this rear right here kind of reminds me of the Honda Civic Si with the HDMI port. And when it comes to the rear, they're very, very similar. The only thing that looks a little bit different is now this area right here is where they put the reflectors. Very subtle um, changes, nothing too drastic. The lights and everything here looks pretty much identical. The only difference is it stops right up here. This is all black trim, black right here. So, and then like I said, the change right here as well too. Mm. So to me, It's really hard for them to design something completely different than it wouldn't be what the car is, you know? If you take its DNA, then it just becomes like every other vehicle. It doesn't separate itself from all the other crossovers and SUV of its generations. But anyway, let's go ahead and do the deep dive. So if you wanted the new 2023 Soul with the turbo, you're asked out. That is gone. The 2023 Soul is available in LX, S, EX, and GT line. And GT line tech trims, meaning that the X line and the turbo have been discontinued. As a result, you can only get the Soul with naturally aspirated 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, producing 147 horsepower and 132 torque. But if you have the GT line isn't that the one that gives you a little bit more power? It's supposed to be, right? Okay, okay. So the GT line just gives you a little bit more convenience and GT line sport trim, exterior trim. So you're getting that. That's what that is. Okay, got it. I know the N version is the one that gives you a little bit way more power. I think maybe they should have done it that way. Do the N line for the Kia Soul, since they're doing everything, giving you that little oomph on all the other ones like the Elantra, as well as the Veloster N. Okay, so moving on. Not a lot of power there. It is exclusive mated with an intelligent variable transmission (CVT), sending power to the front wheels. Mind you, the manual gearbox option was already discontinued from the 2022 Mai. Inside the 10.25, so you got a nice little display right there. Infotainment with navigation, touchscreen comes standard in all trims. Besides the entry level LX, in terms ADA, standard systems include forward collision, avoidance assist, pedestrian, lane keeping assist, and lane follow assist, driving attention, lane departure warning, high beam assist, and rear occupant alert. So you don't leave your kids in the car. So don't do that. Don't leave your kids in the car. It's not good. Kia is offering 2 optional packages with the LX technology package, adding blind spot collision avoidance and rear cross collision avoidance alongside a set of 16-inch rims. Overall, I like the design of the Kia Soul, but it's not really my cup of tea. I know there's certain people that might get it. It's not a bad car. The price is pretty good. It's almost close to a Civic SI, or I'm sorry, not the Civic SI, but just the regular Civic price range. But obviously one is going to keep its value more than the other. That's just facts. When you're comparing Toyota Corolla or your Honda Civics, etc. I think this one is the closest comparison to it is the CR-HRV, which is Honda's least expensive sort of crossover, and also the Toyota CHR. I think this is close to that one, but when it comes to price, I think this one is still going to be cheaper comparing to those 3 vehicles, or should I say those 2 vehicles that I stated. But anyway, let me know what you think of the new design of the Kia Soul 2023, and let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're waiting for. Just do it, man. It's free. I'm out.